What are the forces of change in an organization? Nowadays, to so many of us, it feels like change just won't quit. As soon as you get through one, another one comes crashing down, right? Well, wouldn't it be helpful to better understand the various forces or drivers of change in an organization or in a business? Well, through my work with Fortune 500 organizations all over the world, going through massive transformation and change, I've learned that the driving force behind change is far simpler than I once thought, and perhaps than what you're thinking right now. You want to hear it? Let's get it. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down a few of the biggest driving forces for change in an organization, delivering against business imperatives, operating in greater alignment, and finally, the simple necessity to keep existing. The first driving force is one that's probably the most common as we think about what might inspire change across a business, and that is to deliver the business's imperatives or to deliver against shareholder requirements or goals of the board. Now, these types of changes can look like resource shuffling, they can look like creating new organizations, they can look like inorganic growth, like a merger or an acquisition, they can look like wanting to bring on more innovation, create a brand new product portfolio, or disrupting the market with a new innovation. These are the types of changes that are all around supporting and enabling the growth of the business to remain competitive and to deliver with exception to your end user, your clients, or your customers. The second driving force is really around striving to operate more in line with the company's mission or core values. Now, these types of changes are usually done internally, and it's all around organizational or employee health and well-being. So this can look like a culture change journey, this could look like bringing in new leadership, this could indeed look like creating a new team or a new part of the organization. But it really is around ensuring that the business remains in line with its core mission as well as its core values. And I think a lot of this type of change we're starting to see as a lot of companies and organizations are implementing their DEI efforts. And of course, I celebrate those organizations that are not only speaking the fact that they're implementing DEI, but also living it and ensuring that the leaders across that organization are taking accountability, holding themselves responsible for creating the type of environment where everyone around them feels safe to express their fullest expression, their fullest and most authentic selves. Driving force number 3 is fueled by a necessity to keep existing. Now, this can look like a significant market disruption from a competitor, and if changes aren't made to the current status quo of the business, it'll just no longer exist because of the disruption in the market. This can also look like different strategies or perhaps values that just are no longer working, that are no longer serving the employees. Attrition rates continue to go higher and higher. You cannot keep employees in the organization. Clearly, something needs to change in order for you to exist. Now, these types of changes can also be brought upon by external factors, like new regulations, like requirements either out of government, or perhaps any regulatory type societies or environments that regulate your type of business. Those types of changes could be a necessity in order for you to keep doing your business and delivering to the market. So I want to share a story with you about one of those driving forces, but before I do, if you're digging this content, make sure you hit like, subscribe, notification bell, tap it, hit it, if you're liking it, if you're digging it. I do videos like this all the time. To ensure that this video content is hitting the top of your inbox, make sure you click, hit, tap, like, subscribe, notification bell. Booyah! Okay, let's get back into it. So I was working somewhat recently with a very large business who decided that it was time to make a really drastic and significant change. Now, the driving force behind this change was about delivering the business, was about upholding to the shareholders' objectives and their goals. And the change, again, was drastic. They were moving from having been in business for decades, 40 or 50 years, and they were going to segregate their company into 3 separate entities. That's right. 3 separate companies. And they did this because they wanted to laser focus on 3 of their core strengths and being able to deliver those strengths to their respective markets. And the way that they had been historically organized had worked really well, but they were seeing that results were beginning to stall. And so in order to remain poised for the future and modernizing for the future, they decided to make this very drastic change of separating the parent company into 3 separate entities. And again, the driving force was around delivering the business against the business imperatives and delivering to the board and the shareholders. So if you dug this content, there's another video that I want you to watch, and it's called How to Prepare for Change in an Organization. Click somewhere that you see above me to check out that video. It has some more really juicy content about change in an organization and preparation for a change that might happen in your business or organization. Be sure to check that out. In the meantime, I also have a gift for you. So, of course, I'm the inventor of change enthusiasm, and I wrote a book about it. And what I want to do is gift you a free chapter of that book. And it's the Introduction to Change Enthusiasm. And it goes through this mindset to help you prepare, to help you ensure that you can achieve growth through even your biggest change challenges. And it's yours today for free. All you got to do is click on the link below. I want to make sure that you have the research, the insights, and the tools to enable your growth through even your greatest change challenges. I'm Cassandra Worthy. And until we meet again, keep growing and keep rocking.